Hi everyone. So my name is Priya and I'm the founder of Blue Water Immigration. Okay, I'm an ICCRC certified immigration consultant. Okay, so I'm going to be making a series of videos for a lot of my clients, for a lot of people who have been asking me so many questions about the different programs. So today I'm going to focus on the Saskatchewan PNP, which seems to be a province that everybody wants to get into because of how easy it is to get into the province, and it's an information that I think a lot of people know. It is definitely one of the easiest provinces to get into because you don't need a job offer. You don't need to go through the express entry profile. You actually get more points for work experience. You know, your IELTS, you just need a CLB4, which is amazing. And so many in-demand occupations. So a lot of people can qualify because of these different points. So we're going to talk about a bit about all of these little things just to clarify some of the doubts that many people have about the Saskatchewan PNP. Hopefully this video helps. So under the Saskatchewan PNP, the SINP, I'm just going to call it the SINP instead of Saskatchewan. It's like a mouthful. Okay, so under the SINP, there is just the, these four different categories. There's a farm owner and operator. There's the entrepreneur. There's the Saskatchewan work experience. Then there's also the skilled worker. So for this video today, we are going to be focusing just on the skilled worker. And you'll see why, because that's the one that a lot of people are extremely interested in and a lot of people can qualify. So we're going to focus on that in this video. So under the skilled worker, okay, so there are two different categories. One is the express entry and the other one is the occupations in demand. Now this express entry is different. So this express entry is where you are qualified for the regular federal express entry in addition to meeting the requirements for the SINP. And for the occupations in demand, you just have to meet the requirements of the SINP, and we're going to talk about both of this in detail. So you need to choose between the Saskatchewan Express Entry Program versus the in-demand occupations list program, in-demand occupations category, okay? So if you choose the Saskatchewan Express Entry Program, then you have to create an Express Entry profile, which is federal, the Federal Express Entry profile. You need to get a job seeker code in addition to meeting the requirements for the SINP. Versus the in-demand occupations program, you just have to meet the requirements of the SINP. And we're going to talk about what these requirements are. Okay, the first is your education credential verification. So that is, you need to have a Canadian equivalent of at least 1 year of post-secondary education. Okay, and whatever education you received abroad, you should have received at least a degree or a certificate or a diploma. So if you just did 1 year of college and you got nothing like a degree, certificate, diploma, then you're not qualified for SINP. Okay, you need to get at least a minimum of 60 points. Now remember, 60 points is just the minimum. So if you meet the 60 points, doesn't necessarily mean that you will be called for, you will be invited to apply. So usually people with the maximum scores get invited to apply. Okay, they typically pick, so you could have gotten maybe 110, for example. But then for that particular draw, they would have decided, okay, you know what, 85 is going to be the points. So if you received an 85, you may have the opportunity to get picked again, depending on your NOC code. And we're going to come to that in a bit, okay? You need to meet the language requirements. So if you are applying to the Express Entry Saskatchewan program through the federal route, you definitely need the 8777, which is 8 for listening, and 7 for all the others, reading, writing, and speaking. Or if you are going through the in-demand occupations category, you just need a CLB4, which is fabulous. You get 12 points for that. And you make sure that your NOC code is not on the exclusions list, and that it is definitely an in-demand occupation in Saskatchewan before you apply, okay? Your work experience definitely must be related to your education. That is, say, for example, you got a degree in computer science, but then you somehow ended up working in HR as an HR manager. Now that experience doesn't count because it's not related to your education. It doesn't apply. This is not the case for Express Entry, but definitely for SINP, this is a definite must, okay? And settlement plan, okay? A lot of people think they can apply to Saskatchewan because it's one of the easiest provinces to apply to, but once they get their PR, they come here and within the month, sometimes not even a month, they just pick up their bags and move to another province, Ontario or BC or any other province for that matter. This is a very bad idea, and I will be making a video soon on this because I get asked this question so many times. I will tell you all the reasons why you cannot do that. So you need to show intent and you need to show proof that you have all the intention to come and stay in Saskatchewan, that you want to live there, work there, study there if possible, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that definitely will be included in your settlement plan, which has to be absolutely really good. Okay, and your proof of funds is just like the proof of funds requirement for the express entry profile, 12,960 Canadian dollars for one person. I mean, you easily can Google this and get this information. I mean, I'm not going to spend some time on this, but make sure you've got this balance in your account for at least 3 months. Okay, I typically say 6 months, but the requirement is 3 months. Okay. So the expression of interest, okay, so I've talked about this a few times in this video already. It's really nothing but, just an online form that, asks for all the information about you. So you're going to be entering your education, your age, your work experience, all of those different factors that they ask you for. And then based on what you enter, they give you points, okay? And based on those points, you will be in the pool of candidates to waiting to be picked for an invitation to apply, okay? So hopefully your NOC code matches and you meet the correct scores, and then you get an invitation to apply from Saskatchewan soon. But this really is the first step in creating the expression of interest profile, okay? Typically, it's valid for about 1 year, so you can wait in the pool for 1 year to see if your profile gets picked, okay? And you definitely have to choose between the occupations in demand versus the express entry. So you really can't have multiple EOI profiles. You can only have one active profile at any given time, okay? And if you have any updates to your profile, you've got an improved IELTS score, or you've got more years of work experience or more months of work experience while you're waiting in the pool, you can very well go into the expression of interest and make those changes, make those updates to your profile. So hopefully with those improved scores and improved points, you may get picked for the next time, okay? So continue to keep making those updates. And there is a $350 non-refundable fee that you have to pay if you get invitation to apply. So that's a fee that you'll have to pay, and it is non-refundable. The EOI draws are typically every 2 months. Okay, I've seen it happen, more often than that, but it all depends on their employment demand and what's happening in the province. So it really depends. But typically, once in 2 months is what you can expect. So if you really applied for your SINP program and you haven't heard back, it's been 4 months, I haven't heard anything, you just remember that there may have just been 2 draws in 4 months. So you just have to be a bit patient. Sometimes it could take 6 months to 8 months, hopefully not, but it could take some time. So if you're working with an agent, an immigration consultant, or you're doing it on your own, just be a bit patient, and then you will get an invitation to apply soon. Okay, and I wish you good luck. So these are the results from the recent draw that we had on June 15th. So you can take a look at the numbers. So if you look at the NOC codes, I just want to point to that here a bit. So if you had, say, a score of 82, but you did not receive an invitation to apply, that's only because your NOC code was not selected for this particular draw. Okay, so you just have to be a bit patient. Maybe by the next time when the draw comes about, your NOC code will be included and you will receive the invitation to apply. So I just wanted to, just leave you with that information that, don't get stressed out if you didn't receive the invitation to apply, even though you had the 82 score, or you may even have had a little bit higher. Maybe you would have gotten a 90 score and you still didn't receive an invitation to apply only because of the NOC code, okay? But you will just be patient and you will be picked the next time, hopefully. So the next steps is creation of the expression of interest profile. Okay, basically it's an online thing. Like I said, you are telling the government this is who you are, this is your age, your education, your work experience, and then you are asking to see if you meet the cutoff point, which is 60, to see if you're eligible. And if you have more number of points, they basically will call you to apply, right? Now, at what point would you actually submit all the documents? You would actually submit all the documents after they send you an invitation to apply, not before that. Before that, you're just telling them who you are, what you are, is just like creating the express entry profile. Exactly the same thing. Documents come at a later point. Once they decide that they like to see you, they want you to apply, then you prove them with the documents, okay? Now, is it a lot of people also ask me, Priya, do we need an immigration consultant to apply or an immigration lawyer to apply for us for the Saskatchewan program? And I would say no, you actually don't need an immigration consultant to apply to any of the programs. Why just Saskatchewan? Anything, any of the programs, all the information is online. You can read them up and do them on your own. Now, the only type of clients who work with us is people who are extremely busy with their day-to-day jobs, with their kids. They don't have the time to sift through all that information. This is really, they're doing it for the first time, so they rather just give it to people who have been there, done that. We know the exact forms, we know exactly what's required. So it's really, it just takes away that time from them. But if you are keen on knowing how to do this on your own, a lot of people like to take control. They don't like to give the control off to somebody else. Absolutely. Okay, be my guest. Just go and do it on your own. It's actually not that difficult at all. You just have to make sure you've got your NOC code correct and you are following the rules to the T. Okay, when you are submitting and you're missing any documentations, you are completing all the forms accurately. And it's I know a lot of people personally who have applied on their own and they've been very successful. So go right at it. Okay, and if you have any questions, okay, you could reach me. Blue Water Immigration is our firm. I will leave our website below this video, and I will leave you with my email address as well. So if you have any questions, you can email me there. You can even leave some comments in the comment section below. And I'm more than happy to help anybody out with their journey, for the Saskatchewan program. Okay, hope this helps, and watch out for my other videos on how to calculate your scores. And I also have another video on NOC codes, understanding NOC codes, and I'm open to making any other videos that you really think you need some information on, and more than happy to do that. Okay, good luck. Bye for now.